The Riverina is a food bowl, really, and there's an incredible diversity of crops and industries in the regions. In Southern Cotton, we're about educating people on the facts of agriculture. So the facts that the farmers in this region are the most sustainable, efficient and highest quality growers of not only cotton but all the irrigated crops in the region.
The cotton industry is quite innovative, particularly the Australian cotton industry. There's been a lot of research and development, and there still is a lot of research and development today going into how we can improve production systems, how we can improve water use efficiency through cotton.
It is a bit of a misconception that how much water and rice crops use. So you look in the different area and the different crops that are grown. A lot of growers now are going to return per megalitre, and out of all the broadacre crops in this area, cotton is the best return per megalitre. Growers are getting about $250 per bale return per meg, whereas a rice crop can be 90 to 120 and a corn crop's about 150. So what they're finding is growers can grow more crop with less water, basically.
From 10 years ago, there's been some significant changes to the industry through biotechnology. So the biggest difference is reduction in pesticide use. Cotton had a bad reputation previously for high insecticide use. That's been reduced by roughly 85% with the introduction of Volgard 2 technology.
So in terms of the characteristics of the varieties we have two varieties that are suitable for southern New South Wales. They're full season varieties. In terms of this being a short season area where it only accumulates just enough heat units, the two varieties that we do have are full season, as I said, but we utilise those varieties to maximise the yield potential in this area.
So in the last 3 to 4 years we've been out yielding some of the northern valleys, which has been a surprise. So getting really good. Most growers are averaging from that sort of 10 to 12.5, 13 bales to the hectare across their farm, which is quite profitable. The main considerations the farmers need to make is they need to get their crop in on time. There's a definite window from sort of the end of September through to the early October. Get that crop through to cutout, which is generally towards the end of January, in order to be able to get it matured and defoliate that crop so we can start picking late April to early May, and that gives us the best fibre quality and results. The soils and the layouts in this region, they do vary a lot compared to other traditional cotton growing regions. We have a big difference in soil from sort of a redder, sandier soil to some really heavy black soil that really holds the water. So what we find, we can use that to our advantage. The redder soil will get better early establishment, so we'll go and plant those first and then into the heavier soil types. The layouts, yeah, they're all mostly sort of either furrows or with pipes over the bank or bankless channels. So there's a mixture of what people are doing. They're getting similar results. So there's a lot of different combinations that are used down here, which seem to be working well. The main considerations for a rice grower going to a cotton grower is to have time between the country. So we're getting the best results where we're going for a rice crop over the summer and then fallowing it through, putting a winter cereal in. The following summer we do the earthworks and pull it back into the right levels and beds, and then going into a cotton crop. Generally when they've gone straight from rice to cotton, it hasn't worked so well, but if you have that bit of a break and a little bit for the time for the soil to go back to an aerobic environment, it usually works out a lot better.
Cotton coming into this area has been a really refreshing thing for the MIA. It's certainly given us another choice of crop. I've been a farmer for 25 years now. When we started farming, we were predominantly rice and sheep. Because of the drought and other things, we got rid of the livestock and have just concentrated now on row crop farming. And cotton came along 4 years ago, and that gave us another really valid choice of commodity to grow.
We moved from our traditional crops like rice and maize and that sort of thing, a few cereal crops, into cotton 4 years ago. As everything, when it's new, it's always a bit of a risk, and I guess the push was a really financial decision in the end. What we can return per meg is the most important thing. What's allowed us to grow the cotton down here and grow more of it is the new gin that's been put in, the Southern Cotton Gin, which is good for us as it's only sort of 5 to 10 k's down the road. So that's been a pretty important part of what we do here.
I think there's a lot of positives for the cotton industry down here for growers that are looking to get into cotton. There's a lot of support from the resellers, from the industry, from guys like Southern Cotton to get the cotton ginned. It's quite a streamlined process. It's just take that initial step, grow your 50, 150 hectares the first year, and generally we find guys will go a lot more hectares after that.
resellers like Elders and other business houses around the area are helping assist new growers to come into the crop. We have deferred payment terms on inputs, and quite often that can extend some of the payment dates through till September, and at that stage a lot of the cotton has been grown and ginned, and most growers would have their income back in their bank before they have to outlay a lot of the costs.
The foray of cotton into the Murrumbidgee irrigation area has been a fantastic outcome for irrigators. It's just another great option for our irrigators.